All right, red light. Red light says the live thing is working. Let's see if people start showing up in here. All right, I see numbers. I think we're working. Evening, I see evenings. I see hello, you're live. What's happening, FEESHIN friends? Welcome to another Saturday Night Live. We're just hanging out tonight. I didn't have some crazy, spectacular deal planned or, any sort of show notes or anything. It's just we're going off the cuff tonight. We're doing subscribed FEESHIN friends, all you out there. We're doing questions. So whatever you all have, you're all controlling the live tonight. Now, I always do like to give a special shout out to the members, just like Ralph, Rob, Peyton, Tom, everybody out there who pays monthly to help support the channel. I appreciate the heck out of y'all. People sending stuff into the channel, just watching and liking the videos is all you need to do. That's free. But everything else, I do give a special thanks because it means a lot to me. So tonight, questions. What do we got? Today I went fishing. It was kind of a butt kicker. I did catch my first frog fish of the year. It was on the Hags, actually. Hags sent me the sweatshirt, but they sent me some of those kicky feet frogs. I can actually bring it up here too. Some of those kicky feet frog things. It's almost like the old Molex frog thing combined with like a regular hollow body frog. Let's share here because I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of gear talk and stuff. So I best get the Warehouse O tackle up here and ready. Okay. So this was Hag sent me a little gift pack, which was cool. I did like that Tackle Warehouse put the brands thing back up here again. So now you don't have to scroll all the way down to the frickin' bottom. So, okay. Hags. Now, Hags, if anybody remembers Hags in the old days, this was the only thing I remember from them is the Tornado, which is an awesome little ring fry deal. And I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I guess it was the owner, whoever runs their social media, had seen that I posted some pictures of their chatterbait deal. Said, hey, thanks, we appreciate that. Some people were asking about us, said they've seen on your channel, we want to send you a gift pack. So they were nice enough to do that. But let's see, where is it? It's is it Storm Chaser? Oh yeah, Storm Chaser. This color is awesome. It's like a watermelon red with like a purpley June bug top. Really cool little deal. I only got 10 left of the 5-inch if you want them. Also did leave all my links below, of course. If you ever use my links to go over to Tackle Warehouse, pick up anything, a little bit comes back to me, helps the channel. I appreciate the hell out of everybody that does that because I dropped a bunch of sponsors, really. I think I talked about that in a members only live, but dropped a bunch of sponsors from last year, and it was, quite a bit of money, quite a substantial amount of money, but it was, getting to the point where sponsors asking so much of, YouTube people, and it's like they want to dictate a lot of them what the videos are going to be and stuff. And it's just a bunch of work. Once you get a bunch of them, man, trying to do a full-time job working, 45, 50 hours a week plus doing this, it's a lot. So anyway, back to the deal here. Sorry. Hags. They've also, it looks like they're starting to do some new plastic. That looks like the Guggen Bandito bug. This looks like a 13 fishing one. So I don't know if they have those molds or if they bought those molds, how that works, but that's their bladed jig, $5.99. Solid little jig. I tied one up for tomorrow to try. So here it is. Here's the outlier frog. I was throwing the bluegill color one today, this one, because the water was clear. So yeah, it's got a good ploppy deal on it. It's like a buzz bait, or I guess like a soft plastic toad / buzz bait, the commotion that it gives off, but with it being a soft plastic floating frog, you can pause it. So that was my first frog fish of the year, was on that. I had, I think, 3 or 4 other blow-ups. I lost 2 more. Super grassy. I can't believe the number of lakes that we have around here that are already caked with grass. So I ended up finally switching. I was throwing an underspin. I got pretty burnt today, huh? Was throwing an underspin. What else did I try doing? Underspin. I threw a spinnerbait. It was cloudy, overcast, but man, I could already see a bunch of fish on beds. I didn't really try bed fishing. I didn't try a wacky rig or anything like that. I was trying to keep moving and catch some more aggressive fish because I hate like sitting in a spot trying to just tinker with one fish, trying to get it to bite. But finally ended up tying on a swim jig, and I caught, I don't know, 12, 15 fish in probably an hour and a half, 2 hour span once I finally had it figured out. And then after that, like I went to the other side of the lake thinking, hey, there's more grass over here. Didn't get a single bite for the last 2 hours of the day. So 6 hour outing, first 2 hours. Oh, I caught one on a drop shot. I did tie up a drop shot to try. And one on a crankbait. So it was just kind of like a hodgepodge until I finally found the swim jig bite. Digging the PSA hat. Yeah, that was a gift from my man, Philip Cheek, Palmetto State Armory. They got some cool stuff. Fishing lily pads with the frog is so much fun, dude. I couldn't agree anymore. Okay, first question. If you had $150 to buy a spinning combo, what would you buy without hesitation? Don't need anything crazy, standard river and lake fishing. Want to be able to throw a good mix of baits. $150 on a spinning combo. I would probably say, okay, let's go over to the warehouse. Depending on how like crisp of a rod you want, depending on what you're doing, I absolutely, for the money, really liked the Daiwa Iridex spinning rods. I think it's a $50 rod. I always go braid to a leader on my spinning, so it helps you with sensitivity. So I would say it depends on what you're wanting to do. If you want something with more sensitivity, a little bit faster, I would go with the Tatula XT rod. I've really liked both of these, this one or the Iridex. Either this one for $100, so like medium fast, 7-foot medium fast, right there for like Ned rigs, wacky rigs, most all those things. If you go with the Iridex, the only thing about them is they're softer, so it's more of kind of a parabolic action. Now I still threw drop shots on it. I threw Ned rigs. I still use the heck out of it, but it's a softer rod, so I definitely would recommend going braid to this, and it looks like they're out of, medium fast right there. They're out of the others, but, and then reel, I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on a spinning reel. As long as the drag works decently good, it's comfortable, which most spinning reels, usually that's the rod is more the deal. I guess if you're going with the $50 Daiwa, the $100 Shimano Nasi is like, I would be good with those. I've got some Miravels, which are like 130, I think. Yeah. And I don't think I'd ever need to go any more than those $100 to $130. Like that's expensive as I would need to go. Otherwise, if you go with the $100 Tatula, the Daiwa Regal has been a favorite of mine at like $70. People said it's very comparable to the Revros, which is $59, $60. So there you go. That'd be my quick off the head thoughts on that one. Am I into BFS fishing? Yes, I am. Tempted to get into it for redfish and speckled trout. Ugh. Can't help you there. I don't know about that for BFS stuff. I'm not an inshore salt guy. I do use it, but to me, it's just like downsized bass stuff. So if you're throwing like 3/16, 1/8, even down to 1/16, I feel really comfortable. There's some people that throw like 1/32 and 1/50 and this crazy crap, but to me, it's just downsized bass stuff. So off to my worst start in Michigan. Still haven't caught a fish. Dude, don't worry. I had 3 trips this year early where I was skunked. And I think last year I had all out of the whole year, I think I was only skunked twice. So in the first couple months of the year, I've already beat last year's. Mr. Ron in the chat. How are you, brother? Has anyone been able to get their hands on a BattleBaits chatterbait? I have not. I've seen those. Is that the vibrating deal? It's like the Kitech rumble blade. I forget what they call it. A lot of talk about it. I haven't fished one yet, though. Mr. William, what plastic do you use with the swivel head jig with a big eye on the jig head? Are you talking about like the Z-Man ones? If that's the case, if it's like a fish head shape, those are meant for paddle tails. Otherwise, if you're talking like a wobble head, I guess is what they call it now. Let's see. Let's just go, because I know Z-Man has one that like terminal tap, like this, that right there. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's the Z-Man one. So I don't know if that's what you have, but that has like a swivel head on the back of it where it's connected. Otherwise, It was the Bifflebug Hardhead. No, that's not it. Ah. That brings up nothing. Let's see. Let's just go to, what's a brand that sells it? Big Bites? I think Big Bite Baits sells it. But yeah, so those are meant to, so it's usually got like a football headish, like round. Am I missing it? Big Bite Baits. Round, kind of football-y head to it. And those are meant with usually like a cross, some type of deal, and slow reeling it. So like this. So if with something like this, like from the top down, yeah, there's a football head. Put like a craw or something like that, cast it out in like gravelly stuff, rock, and you just reel it slow. It's something I've wanted to get better at and try, and I never think about it. But just worming it through the rocks and stuff, it's supposed to look like a little scurrying cross. So like the Bifflebug was the big one that made that famous. Soft jerkbait. Yes, they will catch them now. How are tariffs affecting the fishing scene? I haven't gotten into a bunch of it. I know there's already been posts from some of the companies saying it's going to go up. So I guess it depends on where your stuff's coming from. But yeah, from what I've heard, there's going to be some price increases, which sucks. But have you used? Yes, Rob. Actually, that is one of my favorite combos right now. So let's see. He's talking about this reel. So it's really expensive. But Lew's hadn't put out anything for quite some time. So I picked up that when they had it on sale back, gosh, what was that? Christmas or before Christmas? No, before Christmas, because I used it last year. Thanksgiving, maybe. So it's this one, $270. I think I got it for 100 and something. Really expensive, but it's a really nice reel. The funny thing is the brakes inside of it, it's kind of like a spin off of the Daiwa brakes, which I find funny because I've said forever that Daiwa's got the best brakes on the market. And you're seeing a lot of these other companies do this where they've got the cone type deal on the spool inside of it. Can't see it here, but a number of companies going to that. So I kind of, Baits is another one. I finally picked up a Baits reel. Same thing. It's got the cone on the spool, kind of going to the whole Daiwa thing. But the reel, it slings it. I was slinging into the wind, throwing a lipless. It was a 1/2 ounce lipless, but didn't have any issues with it. And the rod is one that I used last year, early in the year from Lew's, and I kind of forgot about it. It's the Custom Light. I think it's the 7.2 medium, moderate, fast. And I tell you what, this rod, the whole combo is super, super light. And it's one that you could just fish absolutely all day. It's got the foam deal here on the reel nut. Comfortable. It's light. Really, really impressed with this rod, $150. So more to come on that soon, but I really like that. I need to get a review out of it because, yeah, kind of one that I slept on and forgot about. But otherwise, yeah, Lew's hasn't really been putting anything out. People have asked if I'm going to pick up a LFS. I haven't. This one's so similar to the Cashin ones, the Element 2s, that I probably won't. I really like those rods too for $130. A lot of the expensive stuff, the more I use a lot of the really expensive stuff, the more I realize that I don't need super crazy expensive gear for how I fish. So, any new bait casting reels by Shimano or Daiwa? Let's see. I picked up one of the Daiwa Tatula 200s early. I think the 150 should be coming out soon, which is just kind of an upgrade over the old 150 version. But those things are built like little tanks, aluminum frame, aluminum handle side plate. So the old 150 was one of my favorites. I just got the 200 spooled up. I'm going to throw tomorrow. Great looking camera this week. No, I did not upgrade. I think it's the hat. If I wear too dark of a hat, like it throws off the light. I need to have a lighter hat, but nope. Same old camera. It's lighting, all in the lighting. Ralph, can't wait to pass through Iowa in August and go fishing. Well, if you're coming through my way, you have a place to stay for the night. We'll try to go find some fish. Hey, Lefty caught 24 dinks in 4 hours. How do you catch big bass? I don't know. You're on the wrong channel for that, buddy. Be good at fishing, and I'm not. I'm very average at fishing. The big fish that I've been catching, I will say, are deeper off outside of stuff. So if you're bank fishing right now, it's going to be the time where those big fish are going to be coming up. So just wait. Today, I didn't see any bigs up on beds. A lot of males fanning off beds, starting to guard them. So I would assume any time now, there's probably already females that have been on and off some beds. But yeah, the whole thing's going down. Okay, I think I got to the end of that. Let me go. Let's see what. Let me scoot up here. No. Let's see. I am way behind. Where fishing lily pads? Okay, here's where I left off. Jerkbait got it done today. Yes, that's what I was catching the bigs on. What, a couple weeks ago? The big girls, Chris and I, were on the jerkbaits. They will catch them. The Yamatanuki. I like the Yamatanuki. And the Copperhead, that's another fun one. Daiwa Regal Reel on the Daiwa Arid Reel on the Daiwa Arid X Rod. Yes. Steal of a deal right there. If you could buy any Ned rig rod, what would you get? If I could have any one. Gosh, I'm trying to think. What was my favorite from last year? I like something a little crisper. I don't like a super waffly, like spongy rod for my Ned rigs. When I'm in rocks and stuff, and when I'll pop it through, I want that quicker, actual fast action. So like the Daiwa Airdex, I threw Ned rigs and stuff on it, but I didn't love it for that. It worked for like wacky rigs and stuff really good. There's certain things I liked for it, but I would say, as I'm thinking right now, I had one of the Tatula Elites, one of the gray ones, that was way more than I needed, but I absolutely loved that rod. I also like, actually, as I'm looking back right here, the Shimano Intenza rods, the new ones. I really like that one as well, a little bit more crisp. What do you recommend for topwater? What's the question? Lures? Rod? Reel? A good ultralight combo. I was absolutely loving the Dobbins Sierra. I got one of the Dobbins Sierra trout panfish. I don't remember what it was, like an ultralight. I loved it. Dad tried it. He liked it so much. I got him one. But we both really like those. Spinning. Same thing for the BFS. If you're looking for a BFS starter one, that one is great as well. So I don't have a ton of ultralight combos. I'm just kind of getting more of those. That's the one right now off the top of my head. Ray, my great nephew's wanting me to take him bass fishing tomorrow. What would you say would be the best thing for him to use? He's 10. Let's see. I guess it depends on where you're at, how thick the stuff is around you. Like a little swim bait or an underspin, like a little finesse one. You can catch a ton of stuff on that right now. I thought I would, but it was so damn grassy today I couldn't. I ended up tying a swim jig on. Otherwise, like a Senko, a wacky rig, something like that, where you can just kind of cast out and let it fall and just hop it. That's all he's got to do. If you're around rocky stuff, Ned rig. Yeah, so something cast or retrieve, something where he doesn't have to do a lot of work into it. When I was younger, I liked the cast and retrieve stuff just because like I was always busy. It was really hard for me to like slow drag like a worm. It was just painful for me to do that kind of stuff. So, hey, there's Mr. Philip Cheek. Shout out for the PSA hat, Philip. Regal on the Fish USA flagship rod. There you go. That's his. Lots of Regals in there. I like the Regal. I got an Abu STX for $40 at Academy. Damn, that's a steal. Good grab, dude. I'm getting your stuff done too, brother. I've got I think I've got everybody's done except for Ron's now for painting giveaway stuff. Fluger makes a good budget spinning reel. Yeah, the Fluger President. I had 2 of those, and they both pooped out on me in like a month and a half, 2 months, and I had a crap customer service deal with them. So I just haven't bought any more, but I know a lot of people say the Fluger President is 100% their favorite budget reel, but I like Ladala. Have 2 Regals and love them. Yeah, they're a solid. Revros is a good spinning reel. Yep, I know a lot of people say those are both really good ones. Oh yeah, the Brigade Blade. Okay, question. Have you used, oh, there we go. The new, yep. Yes, I have. Purple Baits reel. Yes, I got it, man. I got it. I finally, I bit the bullet. I kind of chipped into my tax return a little bit and said, screw it, I'm doing it. I got it. So I got my first baits reel. I got it rigged up for tomorrow with the Texas rig. So hopefully I can catch some on it. But I think for the price, it's a good reel, but it's really expensive. $400 reel is what it is. So I think at half that price, $200, there's a lot of really, really good reels at $200. So we'll see. We'll see. Lizard works good on those swing heads too. Yeah, I've never thrown a lizard on one. I've only thrown them a couple times. I think I caught a few fish the one day, but yep, springtime lizards. Lizards are coming up on beds, flip them around beds, flip them around shallow stuff. Absolutely. X-Zone Muscle Craw. People giving each other advice for lures. Have you tried the Mega Bass Karashi? I've heard of that. Do I have one, or do I even know what that is? No, I have not. A twitch bait. Nope. I don't think I even own one of those. No. I have not. I was just talking to Basky Hank about some twitch bait stuff the other night, but it's not really something I've thrown hard twitch baits. Soft flukes, that kind of stuff. Multi-species day. Have I ever used any of the arc rods? Yes, I've used some arc rods and reels. If we're talking BFS, probably the BFS reel for the money right now is the arc gravity BFS or whatever they call it. They're also coming out with some BFS rods, some new ones. The arc catalyzer rod for like, what is it, $60, I think. You can get them on sale for 3. They'll do 3 for like $99. Awesome casting rod, budget casting rod. I use the heck out of that thing. Super comfortable. They nailed the grip on it. My protein shake. I got home like 45 minutes ago. I didn't eat supper, so protein shake for supper it is. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What do people recommend for a BFS reel? The Arc Gravity BFS one. $150. Debo, did you put line on that Tranks? I have not yet, Ruben. Oh no, not the Tranks. I don't have a Tranks. The Scorpion, 300 Scorpion is what I got, which is the same as the new Tranks. I think they're exact same. The 200 Scorpion is basically the exact same reel as the Corrado. So I have not yet. I was going to throw, actually, maybe I was going to use it for swim baits and stuff. I got the 200 size. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 300 size, 300. I was going to use it for swim baits and stuff. I've been using 200 size reels, and I don't think I would ever need to go more than a 200 size for what I throw. So let's see. Question, do you plan to upgrade your graph one day? Yes, I absolutely do. The only thing I hate about mine, so I've got the Lowrance Elite Hook 9, I think is what it is. It's an older graph. I got it on sale for like $300, $400. I don't remember what it was. Pretty cheap for me. I know those can get, thousands of dollars. So I thought $400 or whatever was a pretty good deal. But the thing I don't like about it is it's got the grayish green screen that's not 100% in sunlight. So like viewable by all angles and that kind of stuff. So like when you get in the sun, there's like a reflection of glare on it. So you have to be looking at it just right. And it's an absolute pain in the butt. So I do plan on upgrading. I don't know to what. I was looking earlier this year when they had some sales and I couldn't really decide because I don't think I really want to get into like forward-facing sonar on my kayak and everything. So I just want a really good down and side scan So I'm gonna have to talk to some more electronics guys. My buddy Brando's big into that stuff. He was helping me. So I don't know, but something for sure. That's what I've got now is a 9-inch, but something that I can see from all angles, even if sun's on it, because it is frustrating as heck. That's what I've been using, Jason. I like it a lot so far. The Endurex braid, I like it a lot. Think I should reach out to Wilderness Systems so you can get your hands on that Wilderness boat kayak. I don't know any kayak companies. No kayak companies ever talked to me. So I won't be doing that. I don't think any kayak companies give a damn about my channel. None of them ever talked to me. I'm not, well, I guess I am now. I was going to say I'm not like kayak centric, but oh, Rob nailed it actually. Dobbins Caden was one of my favorite for Neds. Yes. Dude, the Dobbins Caden line, I actually just bought one. Amazon, I don't know if they still have them. Chris is a bad influence on me. Amazon had a few models for 99 bucks of the Cadens, which are like $180. I got the 734 crankbait, so for cranks and topwater. Dude, the Cadens are just so good. And I did see on Dobbins' site, speaking of price increases, I think the Furies went up to somebody. When I was asking Chris about it, somebody and I were talking about Cadens. They're like, yeah, go check it out. So if we go over to Dobbins rods, I don't know if they've gone up on Tackle Warehouse. I should have checked there first. But yeah, so I think the Furies went up to like 150 now, maybe, which is crazy because those used to be $100 rod. Can you not just scroll? Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Caden, 179 to 189. I think when you click on it, it shows the price increase. Yeah, so 189 to 199. So it looks like these all went up 10 bucks on the Cadens, which I absolutely freaking love the Caden line. I could fish all those. I think I've said that every 5 lives, but love the Caden ones. So there's the Sierra ones I was talking about for the ultralights and stuff. Really, really nice rods. I like those a lot. Fury. Yeah, Fury went up to 150. So these used to be $99 rods. Then they bumped up to like 120. Now they're 150 bucks. So that sucks. I do like Dobbins rods. I like the Maverick too if you're looking for a good budget one. 100 bucks. Oh, well, never mind. They were 100 bucks. They're 120 now. I had one for topwater stuff, a casting rod that I used the heck out of last year. Which one was it? Oh, it was the crankbait one. This one. 7-foot cranks, Sammys, LVs. But I use it for topwater stuff and absolutely love that rod. But 20 bucks more expensive. So it looks like most of their rods went up $10, $20. I don't remember what the Champion XPs were normally. What does Tackle Warehouse show? Oh, yeah, they went up there too, 150. Champion XPs, 250 to 280. XP split grip. Yeah, so it looks like they went up there too. So, yeah, but I would say if you're looking to grab some Dobbins, check Amazon. And it came in like a nice rod tube. That was the other thing I was worried about is like, how the hell are they going to ship this from Amazon? Is it going to be in some like janky box or something? But no, it came in a regular rod tube. They even wrapped it in bubble wrap inside. So I had never ordered a rod from Amazon before, so I was a little skeptical. But I do love the Cadence rods. What's my favorite finesse bait? Depends on conditions, but I would say probably Ned rig. Love me a Ned rig. Ned rig catches everything. Weedless will not get stuck. Yes, the EWG Ned rigs are a game changer. Love them. Tom, yes, Tom, I need your address. Yes, email me, Tom. Email me at DEBO'SFishing@gmail.com with a screenshot of your YouTube so we know it's you. Yes, I need your address. Email me and then your Yeah, screenshot or YouTube and your address. What did you were on the Epic Eric Live, cranks and lures. I think Eric was going to throw in a sticker pack. I never got it. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll hook you up with, if you want some DEBO custom cranks, I'll hook you up. I got you. I got you. Let me know what kind of fishing you do. So I'll try to cater to you as far as what cranks and stuff I've got. I've been painting. I've been painting like an hour at night as my wind down, get ready for bed, as I've been going through giveaways and stuff. I've been enjoying the painting again. Ruben, I'm still stuck on the Lose Hyper Mag spinning reels, very smooth on aluminum frame. Man, I am not a fan of the Lose spinning reels at all. I got one of the light, what is it? Light something, I don't remember. Custom light one. I don't love it. I need to change the line on it, to be fair. I use some of the Berkeley forward-facing braid stuff. That stuff is stiff. I do not like that braid at all. So I need to change that first, see if that makes a difference, but it doesn't feel very smooth. I don't know. Any tips getting better hookups with the stupid tube? Yes, absolutely I do. Let me grab one. Are you using a regular stupid tube head? If so, that's going to be hard to show on, and I mean, I would need to go get stuff. Okay, but I would say, so the stupid tube, if you look at, let's just, because I don't think I have any up here. Let me do this. Go to the old Warhouse. The two things that I've done that I think make a huge deal with it. So number one, the stupid tube, this is what I use, like the secret lures. I've got some that a guy made here locally too, a bunch I stacked up on, but the stupid tube head, if it's in line with this one's actually bent up a little bit, but some of them I've purchased, like the tip of this is down even farther, which is great because it lays flat on the back of the tube when you stupid tube rig it. But I've noticed if you take and bend this hook up just a little bit, so if it's up pointing just above the eye, and that's almost what that one is. So bend it up just a little bit. And the second thing on the tube is, after you rig your stupid tube normally, the bottom side of the tube, and really, I guess you could do this ahead of time, but after you rig it up, I just cut the bottom side of the tube up all the way almost to the jig head. So that way the hook wire, the bottom of this hook wire, when it goes up through, when you set the hook, it's only got to go through one thing of plastic because you've cut the bottom of it. So those two things, I feel like this one, see how that one's not even that bad either. Basically in line with it, but I forget what brand it was. I bought a brand of them, but they were like, the points were way down. So bend that up a little bit and then cut the tube, the bottom of the tube, so the wire only has to come up through one piece of the plastic. Steve, I have a 6.6 Daiwa Aerodex medium fast with the Laguna LT, and it seems a lot stiffer than my normal spinning rods. I disagree. Well, I don't know what normal spinning rods you have, but to me, that line of rods feels softer than normal. That's just my 2 cents. What are you expecting to work best on the T-Rig baits tomorrow? I have no clue. I've got some of I really like the like consistency and smell of those power baits. I just unboxed some of those. The new, they basically look like a cross between like a Zoom Speed Craw and some sort of Berkeley Craw. So it's the new Berkeley, what is it? The Crud Tube or something like that. I forget, or a Crud Craw, the hell they call it. But it's in it's in the Maxent. Oh, the Stank Bug. That's what it is. Stank Bug. I've got some of these in blue, and the lake that I'm going to, I've had really good luck black and blue. I got some of the Blueberry Moonshine and colored the top of it black. So it's got a all blue bottom, black back, colored with the spike it marker. I'm hoping those, flipping some of that around brush. But I don't know. I've had really good luck on lizards. Whoever said that, I need to bring some lizards. I've had really good luck on lizards in the spring. Otherwise, I might do like a Nico rig of some sort around some wood. I don't know. It just depends. I haven't been to the lake that I'm going to tomorrow at all this year. So I don't know what it's going to be. The lake that I went to today, I figured would be pretty stained with all the rain and stuff. It was gin clear. I could see down, well, not gin clear, but I could see down probably like 7 foot maybe ish, with a ton of grass. So the way I rigged up was not prepared for that. So we'll see, but hopefully it's fun. I'm bringing, actually Eric sent me this. Oh, what did I do with it? Put it somewhere. Oh, here. As I broke the tip to that rod. Eric sent me this, one of the citizens or whatever. I know people talked about these a lot. We talked. He had sent me a gift pack. These are supposed to be pretty awesome. This is like a green pumpkin dark back. It's actually got a bunch of purple in it, like purple highlight. It doesn't show on here, but the back has a ton of purple. So I want to try this tomorrow. These things are cool as hell. The guy that designed these, they're made specifically for a Beast Coast or an Owner Beast hook. If I can show you here. The way the plastic's molded, it's got like a indentation that fits perfectly a 6/0 Owner Beast hook. So he's made the bait specifically around that. This whole part up here, which you might even be able to see kind of, all this up here is hollow. So when the hook goes through it, all this collapses. It isn't hard. Only the head is hard. So I'm hoping I can find some bigger female fish up and around some beds or getting ready to move up to some beds and hit them with this. Now I did have, this was on my frog combo. I was just completely forgot about it when I tied it up, but that's the Revo Rocket. So that's going to be too fast. So that's the one I'm going to use that rod still. That's, oh, guess what that is? Speaking of jigs, frogs, Dobbins Caden. I think I've got 5 of the Cadens now. I like those a lot. That probably those and the Cashin Elite or the Elements. So far, I've loved both of them. So we'll see. That's been my Ned rig rod, is the Cashin Element this year. I've really liked it. Trying to think if there's anything else that stood out. Again, the lose whatever light one. That one really surprised me the other day, throwing the lipless. I can't wait for that video to come out because that was the most insane. In 3 casts, I had a 2.5 pounder, a 3-something pounder, and then a 4-something pounder in 3 casts. And then it was just like, it was like 45 minutes of craziness. And I think I ended up catching I caught one that was almost 5. I think it was like 4.12, so like 4 3/4. A 4-something and multiple 3s. So I think I was at like 17 or 18 pounds of fish, my best 5 in 45 minutes, which is just insane. So it was a crazy like hour of fishing. We'll see. Let's see. Have you ever seen my email for Bass Sniper YouTube? Have you ever seen my email for Bass Sniper YouTube? He's legit. Kez, I guess I have not. Did you just email me now? Bass Sniper. Oh, we got a guest. We got a guest. We got a special guest coming. I offered him a spot to come on tonight and talk. We're just doing questions. He said with kid stuff and such, he said probably wait, but we'll see if he hops on. Let's see. Best tip to cut the bottom to. Okay. How do you shake off a tough day of fishing? I struggled my tournament today, and when everyone else seemed to do well. Well, dude, that is fishing. That's the way to get humbled quicker than I don't even know what to say, what to compare it to, but fishing will humble the hell out of you. Before I went camping with Chris, which was an amazing 2 days of fishing, I got skunked 3 times. I think there was like a day I caught a couple, but like it was a tough start to the year. Just remember, they can't hide forever. If you've done any amount of fishing, you'll have good days and bad days. I would just say try to learn from it. Figure out how they were fishing that day with those conditions, and try to remember that, kind of going forward. I was doing this, it didn't work, but these guys were doing this and I thought about doing that, but I didn't, try to put that in the mental bank. Daiwa PXBF tip. Yeah, I haven't used that one. A little bit more expensive reels. I think like what 250 and 300 or something. But there's Chris in the house. We're gonna get out tomorrow and do some fishing. Look at him with the big old musclunge. Chris, how big was that one? I don't know if he's still in here. Was that close to 40, 35 inch? Chris is a big dude, so. Brandon in the house. What's up, buddy? My boss swears by the Caden's rods. Yeah, dude, I love them. They're just all around good. Payback for all the purchases I influenced of yours. Yeah, I finally had to grab one, dude. There, Rob, Amazon sales for Dobbins have been insane. Yeah, $100. So I got basically a Caden rod for half off. Let's see. Dobbins Fury, Omnia, Hellabass code. Yep. Yeah. If you pick up stuff at Omnia, go use Rich's code, Hellabass, Punch, Serious Angler Guys. I think you can only use the code once a month. So if you're making multiple purchases, share the love. All right, Mr. Guest, if you can hear me and you're good, give me a thumbs up if you're good to jump in. We're live. All right, here we go. It's Cuda!
Back from the dead. Can you hear me?
Earphones in.
Oh my goodness.
I was flying solo, so I didn't need to hear myself talk.
Can you hear me? Check.
Hold on.
Check. Audio check.
Now I can hear you. What's up, buddy?
Oh, buddy. I went down into the basement and I started grabbing like hubs and speakers and all this stuff and headed upstairs. And I'm like, holy smokes. It is so nice to see you, buddy.
You as well, dude. I'm glad you can hop on.
Yeah, you know what? It's so funny because once we get towards the end of the school year, it just gets so busy. And I actually have a son who's graduating this year. So it's one of those things where it's like, the wife was gone today and the kids and we all barbecued. And so we got done with the grill. I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? I go, it's only 8:00. I said, I'm going to go jump on DEBO'S stream.
Hop in.
I'm very happy to see you, buddy.
You as well. What's new in the Cuda? So do you have a website yet, Cuda? Is that up and running?
Oh my gosh, right. So yes. So funny story. So you guys, for anyone who's in chat that hasn't seen me before, I kind of started off doing Instagram, and I was doing sales for a couple of years and selling jigs, and I made a web page and it was like on a trial period of time. And then they said, well, your trial is going to expire. And I'm like, well, I better just pay the money and pay for the hosting. And so
special right there.
That is it. JigSquad.com. That is me. It's not everything I do, but it's kind of like I've hired a couple things on it. One, there's some smallmouth stuff. There's a finesse football on there that is phenomenal. You could swim it. I use it on the spinning rods a lot. We swim it, river, lakes, doesn't matter. And then I finally said, I'm like, well, all my friends are like, we need swim jigs. So I decided, I'm like, I want to make swim jigs my way, and I wanted to make custom swim jigs. So that's what I did. So all these pictures, Debo, I want to talk about the experience of doing all this stuff. So I took the time to learn how to build the website, take my own pictures, all that kind of stuff. So I've had fun with it. It's been good to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that chartreuse one you have. Oh, that Phantom one there in front of you, Deba. That thing absolutely crushes the smallmouth. I don't know what it is. I purposely designed these with a 3/0 hook, super stout, but it still has the bulky profile, and it works really good for largemouth and smallmouth. The whole thing is, I'm not even interested in like killing it in terms of making dollars. My thing is, I said, you know what? I want to sell the stuff that I love and use and works. And so that's what I decided to do. So I got my tax license. I made everything formal. So I'm a happy guy, right?
That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I know I did, the crankbait stuff for a year with the website, and I didn't build all that. Luckily, Brando built the website and all that. But yeah, taking pictures and adding stuff, and dude, it's crazy, a lot of work. Well, good for you, dude. Yeah, you make some awesome stuff. I love those little jigs. I
Yeah.
lost, I think, 3 of them in the rocks. This one right here.
That little finesse,
Yeah,
that
right.
little finesse
Oh,
football.
dude. But yeah, they
So
look amazing in the water.
so the cool thing about those little finesse footballs is we have a wire keeper on them, and so they work with all like the Z-Man stuff or whatever else you might use. But and I'll still do custom stuff. Like if people ever want to message me on Instagram and you want to see some of the other colors I've had on there. But when it came to the business end of it, like I really had to say, hey, I'm only going to put this many colors on there. And, because things cost dollars, right? So everything sitting on the shelf, right, is a cost. And, I'm doing this on the side. This is my fun job, not my day job. So, it is what it is. I honestly think like the ball heads, I call them smoke balls. So paddle tail swim baits. Josh, are you asking Debo? I'm thinking you're asking
we're just
Debo.
doing Q&A. Yeah, so I'm getting some questions ready here. I've pinged some. So we'll answer that question. Yeah, we can both go. We're gonna double dragon style here.
So Devin, the deal with these smoke balls, it was kind of like it was no Michael Bradley, no hair jigs on the site. I'm thinking of doing some custom ones. So if you are interested, just let me know. There's a reason for that, but I'll talk about that later. So the deal with these smoke balls, the whole concept was my whole life, I was a river rat and I loved throwing ball head jigs. And so these all have, there's a Gamakatsu 604 in them. And I said, I want to make a whole jig line that is based off of the color smoke. So 3/4 of the skirt material is a translucent smoke material, and then accentuated with these, other colors that you could see on the thing. So, I basically put this out because I thought, this is something no one else has done. And I like that smoke theme, and they look great, like the difference between, and these are all colorways I've used. This one right here, Debo, this one's called Smoke GP. Man, that thing, the GP is even translucent a little bit too. It's killer. It's and I love them. They're 1/4 and 3/8 ounce. And I'll tell you, a lot of people will ask me, the only color that I make in that finesse football, the 1/8 ounce finesse football, is that GP smoke, because so many people like that colorway. So
really, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I decided I wanted to put the things out that I liked. And so
gotta have fun doing it, man. If you're not having fun doing it, no sense in doing it.
Right. Listen, I want you to go back to something else, because can you go back to the main page? Like if you click at the top left, you should be able to go back to the main JigSquad page. I don't even know how to navigate back to it myself. I'm not on it enough. Scroll. All right, scroll up. All right, right there. These things, scroll down and you'll see, what is this called? Zip props. You see it? Scroll up a little bit. Zip props.
Oh, these
3 sets. So I came up with these zip props. I've been using them for about 1.5 years. And so basically, I was experimenting because that Yokoshira screw head jig from Mega Bass was always a thing. And we would make these jigs. Well, I decided, I go, well, what if I could just make sure I have the sizes down and make these myself and sell them in like little kits where, so basically you could put it 3 inches up in front of any jig you want to use. You put it right on your line, or you could put it 6 inches ahead or 12 inches ahead. So basically whatever your leader line is, you put this together, and I put together in these little kits enough to make 3 complete sets of this. And anyone who ever buys any of these things from me in time, I'll always cut them a deal in the future for some. So basically the whole thing is it took time to figure out the right sizes to get this thing right.
Sure.
That's what the deal is. If you wanted to source these on your own, you could go and get them on Barlow's, Lure Parts Online, bobber stoppers. I mean, this is not a complicated process, and I encourage people to do that still. But what I will tell you is I spent so much money trying to get the right sizes down. I just said, I'm not going to tell anyone what the right sizes are. I said, I'll sell little kits of it. And so I've had fun with these. I don't know, but it's, you know how it goes. You do the jig stuff, and I mean, it's a fun game. You know, there's a lot of other good jig makers out there, but I wanted to make the ones that I kind of have always used and keep it simple, you know, basic colorways that are the Cuda style colorways. And I don't know, it's been fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was actually, speaking of, whoops, that's the wrong one. Speaking of colors, this is one I will point out that, so yeah, go check out Cuda's website. Good to have him on.
Smoke's the one you or no, Smoke Show.
Yes, JigSquad.com. I'll end up throwing your website down below for everybody too after we're done. But no, so today I was, whoops, that's the wrong sharing screen.
And listen, Debo, I'll tell you another thing. I did everything legit. So I have a business license, I have my tax ID.
Good.
Thing is, what I'll tell you guys, if there's anything that you ever want to order and you're on Instagram and you don't want to go through the website, so the website's going to be all credit card and everything. If you ever want to order anything with Zelle or Venmo, I could do that. You just have to message me on Instagram, and then I actually will knock a little bit off per jig because I'm not paying the credit card costs and stuff like that. So you could do private orders as well. And I don't charge the tax for you on that. I eat that. And it's just all part of the process, you know, but I save because of the credit card fees. If you ever want to message me to do Zelle or Venmo.
So I was throwing, I thought it was crap. Maybe it's not a Dirty Jigs. So one thing I do, I always keep some skirts, extra skirts with me. Anyway, it was a green pumpkin with like a blue highlight. I'll have to try to figure out where the hell I got that. But
green pumpkin with blue highlight. That's pretty cool. I don't have anything like that.
It's all, the whole skirt is green. I thought it was a Dirty Jigs. Maybe it's a 6th Sense. Anyway, I had a Booyah Mobster, you know, just a regular swim jig today. It was in black and red. And I hate black and red. I have zero confidence in that. So I'm like, I need something that looks more bluegillish.
Right.
So used one of these, and dude, it looks so good in the water. I was throwing, especially, I think, because of the trailer. So I'm jumping all around here. Hold on.
No, because I want to see it. I actually think, funny enough, Devin, I think that the bluegill colorway is probably one of the most unique colorways in the whole industry, because everyone has a different interpretation of versions of it. And I think it's so diverse. It's such a cool colorway. You know, funny enough, I had friends that asked me to design another bluegill colorway, and they showed me one that they had. I go, well, I hate that color. I don't know if I can make it. And they said, well, you make it for us. And I said, I will. And I did. And I said, I won't sell this to anyone.
I'll make it, but I won't have fun doing it.
Right. They're like, let us give you money. I go, let me give you a discount. Because I just go, I can't. I said, don't tell anyone you got them from me. I hated the colorway so much.
Yeah. Like I always kind of think it's funny, like the light smoky bluegill that you see, where it's just like clear with blue. To me, that's not bluegill. Like maybe young bluegill, kind of, but yeah, it's funny that you say the different looks. But this is what I was running as a trailer. This color, I'm sorry, Rapala. I'm all over the Rapala train.
So you've had, okay, so I ordered a whole bunch of these. And what's the other one? The Mooch Minnow? Is that the other one? Like, it doesn't have a paddle tail, but I've ordered a lot and I haven't used them yet this year.
Yeah, I haven't messed with those as much. The Mayors, dude, they are spot on. My favorite swim bait right now.
What size do you prefer?
So I was using the 3-inch today, but this green pumpkin disco, it's green pumpkin top, and it's like all very bright silver, like flake on the bottom. Yeah, it looked just like a freaking bluegill shining up in the shallows.
Isn't it a cool color? SDG Adam from SDG Warcraft, he maybe about 2 years back, he had made something with a colorway that had that green pumpkin with like that silvery flash.
He does like a monkey milk, like a monkey milkish bottom with that green pumpkin-y top.
Yes. It's a beautiful color. It's pretty cool.
That's one of his confidence ones. He's such a nice guy. I just recently got to talking to him more and stuff.
He did great on the show. You know, he's done really well. He's made some custom stuff, and Adam's a good guy. I mean, when you know, it's funny enough, when I started doing the like the live, like the jig maker shows on YouTube a couple years back, Adam was one of the first guys that I had on.
Oh, really? Oh gosh, look at
Yeah.
that one. Baby sunfish right there.
See, that looks, look at that colorway right there. With
Yeah,
some of that
completely
purple.
different from, but yeah, the purples, the more translucent silver.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Maybe it's
See, now this is my jam right here, that colorway, because I instead of the bold colors, I would say that I tend to like some of these things that have some translucency in them as well, because they're they'll change effect.
Like that, kind of a candy bluegill.
Yeah, I like that, even that with like all those. Those are all great. Is that a 6 cents one as well?
Yeah. Yeah, these are all 6 cents.
Great skirts.
Grass 3. Ooh, look at that one.
Oh yeah, that one too. Is that got some blue highlights in there?
Yeah, bluish purple.
So you guys, everyone in chat, if you have a jig that you like, right? This is a great way to turn, like if you want to cut those things off and you know you like the way the jig moves, you could always buy these skirts and just change anything up. It's like the opportunities are endless. And I'm going to say one more thing too. Look at it. I really like the boldness of that green in this thing.
Yeah, they've got all kinds of 6 cents colors are some of the best on the market as far as.
You know what else these are going to do, Debo, is you look at these, because the silicone on the underside is shorter and the outside one is more veiled and longer. What's going to happen is you're going to get more action out of that, because it's not the same
all one cut
length. Right.
Well, I don't know what it was. I'll try to keep you all in tune, but it's like it's really simple. It's like a light green pumpkin skirt. I don't think there's any flake or anything in it, but the whole outside of it is this highlighty blue. Dude, in the water, it looks... Oh, I've got a picture, actually. I'm an idiot. I took a picture for a thumbnail. I'm really bad at remembering thumbnail pictures, but the picture turned out awesome. Oh, it does have a little bit. It does have a little bit of black bars in it. I don't know how well this... Oh, it's not going to show for crap.
Debo, as you're pulling that up, let's see.
But anyway, it doesn't show. But anyway, yeah, it's got... I'll post on Instagram. But dude, the skirt is just in the water. Like,
it looks awesome.
Okay, Josh, favorite setup for paddle tail swim baits. Are we talking rod and reel? That depends on how big of a paddle tail I'm using. Finesse stuff, I'm not afraid to use a spinning rod and reel, like 7 foot medium fast. For like the 3.5 inch, I would probably say an up, usually like a medium bait caster if I'm just fishing a light head, or medium heavy if I'm going out a little bit deeper. But don't feel like you have to have anything special.
No, you don't. I mean, my general rule is always about weight, right? So if I'm a quarter or more, then I tend to use the bait caster. If I'm sometimes a quarter, like I don't like using a quarter on a spinning rod often, even on, even when I'm on the rivers, but we will sometimes if we're fishing like walleye and stuff and heavier current. But it's usually, if it's a quarter and up, I like a bait caster. That's typically my judgment on it.
Yeah, Brian, great point. So when I went up and fished with Mike, with the Thunderhawk guys invited me up there, I always fish my stupid tubes on it like a 7 foot medium. He's like, dude, he's like, you got to go to a bait caster. And I'm like, nah. And I was like an 1/8 like stupid tube. He's like, dude, go a little bit heavier. He's like, I throw a 3/16 on like a medium heavy combo, and you'll have a much better hookup. And dude, yeah, swing on them, because you are completely right. It's a good amount of plastic to get through. Swing on them just like you would with a jig, and my hookup ratio has gone way up. Cutting the bottom of that tube, and
that stupid tube's hard to get away from. For the longest time, I would like peg old school Texas rig tube, and when I switched to stupid tubes, I actually, funny enough, I would say that the two baits that I probably throw more than anything else are a tube and a grub. Right, because I do a lot of river fishing and smallmouth. But for largemouth, I throw a stupid tube for largemouth in the river systems around the Chicago area. And I kid you not, I only throw it on a bait caster, and I only throw quarter and 3/8. And so I'll throw the stupid tube on that, and I'm telling you, you just get smacked. It's that stupid tube is probably if I didn't have 30 other things that I want to throw, I would even throw them at the ponds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Of a bait, you know?
Yeah, it's different. That fish aren't seeing that, because it's got that cool, like when you pop it, it's got that cool like fishy look to it with the grub or with the tentacles, you know, in back of the tube.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of flippy look to it. And then when it falls, it's kind of got that, you know, that spirally swirl. So it's not just like a Texas rig where you pop it and it just goes, you know, straight down like a bullet. Just a little bit different look to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you, Debo, Ben in chat was asking about like the NLBN. He saw my hat. So,
oh yeah,
so he asked about it, which is interesting to me because this brand started off as like a saltwater type of deal, snook, tarpon, all that type of stuff. But they started coming up with a lot of like K-tails and the baits are phenomenal. I don't even know if Tackle Warehouse has them. Ben, do you know if they have them? I'm looking at Tackle Warehouse as we speak. So basically the K-tails by Tackle Warehouse is like they have a couple different versions. They're like, they'll have straight tails and then they'll also have like paddle tails. And just the way they ride in the water, the K-tails are phenomenal. They have great kick. They are on Tackle Warehouse. Here we go. You ever see these, Debo? Have you tried them yet?
No, hold on. Let's go look over here. So what is it? Is NLBN the brand?
Yeah, NLBN. So it's no live bait needed. And it's called a K-tail, K-tail. But the uniqueness of these things. So I started, you know, I actually had the founders of NLBN on the YouTube channel one time doing a show. But the uniqueness of this bait, this came out in maybe last year and a half. But and I'm not with them. I'm not sponsored by them or nothing. I'm sponsored by nobody. I'm just a small business owner, and I like this brand. So these baits, if you see the shoulder, you know, the stomach and head area of these baits, they're very dense. And so what that does is it allows it to track a little more in line in the water, and then you're just getting the action out of the tails. So they use these things a lot for snook and other stuff like that, but I use them for largemouth. And actually the little 4-inch ones, I even use them for smallmouth. It's just they ride different in the water. I think they're weighted heavier than a lot of other swim baits. Actually, that's not entirely true. There's a lot coming out in the market now in the swim bait world that has these, but they're pretty phenomenal baits, and they track differently to other baits. You're not getting a crazy amount of roll out of them. You're really getting a true tracking bait, and the tails are just, I don't know.
So are you fishing on just like a jig head and just reeling it?
Yeah, and well, sometimes, but I also will rig that on like what is that? The Owner Beast hook with that underbellied
like
weight.
a belly weighted hook.
Yeah, I'll throw those on there as well. And I have thrown them without any weight, but I typically prefer some weight on them. So if for most of the applications for like river fishing or lake fishing, I tend to like that belly weighted. And they've been great baits. I really like the way they work. So there's something, they're not as popular. There are groups of people like the Southern boys like to throw these things in the freshwater, but it's primarily they started as a saltwater bait. But I really like them because their action's a little different than a lot of other baits, and they're not as
with a big paddle kick.
Yes, but there's a segregation between that tail, and it's just the way it vibrates. It's just a cool little bait, something a little different.
Interesting. Chad.
What's more?
He said, what's more beneficial about being on a kayak, the ability to use graphs or the mobility? I would say number one, mobility, for sure. I mean, you could fish on a kayak without graphs, no problem. Graphs are just added, being able to see underwater structure, water temperature, but for sure, mobility. I mean, that's the most, in my opinion, the worst thing about bank fishing is you're limited to where you can go.
Debo, I have to say this. I don't know. I think you know this, but everyone else doesn't know it. So after all this time, I've been a river wading person. I go out in my buddy's boats, and Debo, you don't know this part. Not only did I buy one kayak, I bought 2 kayaks.
I did. Yep. You got one for the boys.
Yes. Yeah. So simple. I bought 2 Pelicans. I didn't spend a lot of money on them. I'm not going to trick them all out. I've already modded some of them. I'm going to put anchor trolleys on the second one. I'm literally not going to put any graphs on right now. The whole point of this is to get into some lake systems and some river systems and have fun fishing the way I know how to fish rivers and stuff like that without advancing myself up in terms of the larger kayaking. So these aren't going to be stand-up kayaks, but I'm so excited. You know,
Dude,
I'm excited. It's a whole new world. It opens up all this opportunity for me and my boys. So,
and that's exactly what it did. It brought back the fun of fishing to me, because I was going through some pretty bad depression and, you know, some other stuff. But yeah, finally getting on a kayak and getting out, I love it. I'm a kayak convert, unfortunately. As much as I made fun of old kayak Carls out there, I'm one of them now.
I didn't think the day was ever going to come. And then I sat there and I looked, I go, well, I could get a 12-foot, 14-foot John boat. It'd be fun to play around modding it and doing all this stuff. And I just said, well, you know, I said, economically, you know, I got one son graduating this year from high school. He's going off to college next year. It's like, I thought to myself, I go, you know what? I go, I could accomplish some of the things I want to accomplish without having to go get a small John boat and doing all these fun things to it, which would be fun. But the reality is I like nothing more than getting to some ponds and the areas in the ponds that I can't normally get to. And I go, so I have the right equipment for what I want to do. And I'll do some cool little mods on it, but I'm not ready or interested right now in getting higher end kayaks. I'm practicing learning from the beginning. How it tracks, all these different things. And so I'm excited.
Figure out what you like, what you don't like. Like, my biggest thing was stability. Like, I needed to have a kayak that was stable. So when I found mine, you know, used online, I was like, yes, I'm going for it. Good price. So
yeah, but that was one of the things that you wanted from the beginning. You said, hey, I want stability.
Yes, from the beginning, it has to be
stable. I'm able to do these things right off the rip.
Yep. Eagles, if you could splurge on a combo for just one technique, what would it be? Okay, we'll both answer this one.
Yeah.
If we could splurge on a combo for one technique. Well, I'm always in the thought process. Actually, I've got my tube. I'll show this one because it probably right now is my favorite rod of the year. I'll grab it, but it's a Kistler. It is the Abrams. And not only is it a badass rod, it goes to all the proceeds of it go to a badass program, which is wounded, disabled, homes for veterans. So Trey Kistler, the owner, taking all the proceeds, donating it that way. That's what I love about them. You know, they think about our military, you know, guys and gals out there risking everything. You know, whether you agree with the political views and all that, I'm not getting into that, but you know, just for them to sign up for that, it takes some courage. I was going to say some big balls, but our lady friends out there, hey, you don't need the balls to sign up, but it takes courage. Like, cause I thought about it, you know, I thought about joining the military and getting my college paid and stuff. And at the time I was like, you know what? I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could hack it. I don't think I could do a lot of that. And I'm not afraid to admit that, but damn, I will support our men and women of the military 110%. So
that would be you, huh?
So mine is, if I could splurge, I don't know necessarily about a combo, but where I was going with that, I got off on a tangent. Sorry. Is I would go with like a bottom contact rod, something that you need sensitivity. So either like a good spinning rod where you need bottom sensitivity, but I was saying like a jig or Texas rig rod, which is the rod that I got. That's what I was using it for. So that would be mine, is like a really good Texas rig jig, something where I want it to be good and sensitive. How about you?
You know, it's funny. I had Texas rig in my head because I think if you get a good Texas rig rod, you can do a lot of other things with it. That's like a bottom contact type of rod. I do find value in the spinning rods because I'm a river rat at heart. And so like we do a lot of things with spinning rods that if I was in lakes, I wouldn't normally use. But what I'll say is I think that bait casters have come so far. I'll be honest with you. I don't have anything higher end than the SLXs. So like I couldn't even tell you. Yeah. I couldn't even tell you what I would need in a bait caster past that. Rod wise, just to give you guys an idea, like I don't go much above some of the lower end St. Croix stuff. That's what I've always used. And I don't stray too much from it. I'm kind of a simpleton when it comes to that. but I would like to see what a higher end rod felt like on the bottom. You know, like that. That's the reason you have a higher end rod. When it comes to spinning rods, my thing is this: the rod technology has come so far. You want something with good ball bearings that is you're going to be able to fish lighter baits, and that the drag is going to start immediately for you. So I feel the reel for the spinning rod is more important than it is for a bait caster. But I would challenge myself to consult with my friends on what are better rods for a bottom contact bait as well. Same thing. You know, frogs are fun, but all you need is something heavy.
Dude, yeah, frogs is that one of the worst. Really, to me, most topwater, as long as it's comfortable, that's the thing is don't just go cheap to go cheap, because if it's not comfortable in your hand, you're not going to want to fish it. But like frogs, topwater, go budget all day with that stuff. You're seeing the strike, you know. You don't need to feel like a frog rod. Yeah, no reason to go crazy expensive. Calvin, question for 180 and under. What is your pick for the best? Oh, here we go. Best Texas rig and jig reel. Also, are the St. Croix black bass rods good? Oh, that was one that I was looking at picking up, was the black bass rod. I don't know. Have you used any Cuda?
Not yet, but I've heard good things about them. And I mean, listen, like I just brought it up. I'm looking like you're looking at 100.5 basically.
Are they 150?
The cranking glass ones are like 165 on Tackle Warehouse. So you're looking at like 150 bucks basically, maybe a little bit more. I mean, you're hard to go wrong with that. You just want to make sure, what I'll say about this with the bait casters, you just want to make sure that they're going to give you the length and the power that you really want, right? Calvin's saying they use the same blank as the Mojo. Okay. So that's Calvin, for me, that's a good thing because I like the Mojo rods. I have a lot of them and they've been good to me over time. I know they're not the highest end rod out there, but part of me kind of wonders what's the difference between look at the lengths here.
So my biggest thing was St. Croix, and that's why I had to check here. And that's why I said, hold on. Yes, I would consider using this one, Calvin. My biggest gripe with St. Croix, and I guess not really just them, but they're pretty known for it, I feel like, is the tiny rod trigger. I absolutely hate that. Like this.
I agree.
Oh my gosh. I absolutely despise that. Whereas my old man loves it. He's like, man, I wish casting rods didn't even have a trigger. I'm like, are you insane? Get that baloney out of here.
It depends on how you hold it, right? Because you get used to just that feel for it. And right off the rip, if that thing is small, it doesn't feel right in my hand.
Yeah, like this. I had a victory rod. I gave it to my dad because I hated it so much because of that trigger. I can't stand it.
And that's that rod's $100 more minimum than that black bass category.
Yeah, right? 200 to 270. Yeah. I liked the rod. I liked it a lot, but like as far as the feel of it and sensitivity and stuff, but yeah, I was trying to find, they had one other. Oh, here, the Mojo. Oh yeah, those are tiny triggers too. Yeah, I haven't used, that's the Trigon one. I haven't used those. I know Rand Dizzle had one of the old Mojos that I liked. I used his. But yeah, a lot of theirs have that tiny trigger thing, and I just, yeah, not a fan. So, what was Calvin's question anyway? We got off on a.
Calvin was basically saying, well,
for 180 bucks, what was your pick for best T-rig and jig? Oh, reel. Oh, I thought we were talking rods.
Reel. We went the wrong way. What the? Sorry, Calvin.
Let's see. Well, definitely, I think at 180 you should. Well, no, I shouldn't assume that. 180 bucks, anything 100 and above, to me, it better damn well have an aluminum frame. And it's upsetting that there's reels out there that are like 150, 160 bucks with a graphite frame still, because graphite frame, graphite side plates, you're going to get twists. They just don't last as long. I'm sorry. So like the Luz LFS or the SLX at 99 bucks, excellent buys. Got an aluminum frame. They're little workhorses. If you're going to spend all the way up to 180, I mean, that's wide open for options. Whoops. I'm still stuck on rods here. What are we doing?
That's something I'm going to have to look at, the Luz stuff.
Tatula 100, I'd say. Great reel. It's got an aluminum frame. Does not have an aluminum handle side plate, but still a great reel. Do it all reel. Depends on if you like their frame or not. I think those are like what, 179. So not super budget minded, but they are under your 180. If you get over into the other Shimano stuff, what's the Curado? Is it 180? Or did it go up? 199. So that's just a little outside. I know a lot of people like the Curados. You know what? For the money, I wouldn't say Texas rig, so that's probably not a good deal. I was going to say for the money at $150, the SLX 70 is such a steal. But yeah, probably. God, that's hard. If I was going to pick one,
You're better at answering this than me because I haven't bought any new rods or reels lately.
I'm stuck on these. Look for sales. So actually, speaking of Amazon sales, Amazon had these for $100, $120, which is the Tatula 80. And I'm absolutely stuck on that reel right now. I've got a couple of them, and it's probably one of my favorites just as an all-purpose. It's got an aluminum frame, aluminum handle side plates, a little bit smaller real body, super comfortable. Look for sales on that one. Like I said, Amazon had them for like 120, I think. So
it's hard to beat that.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here? What else? Let's see. We better get a giveaway going here. We're at an hour 16. We had people leave too, so it's only going to be the true OGs.
I'm glad I came in.
StreamYard, here we go. Well, usually it's like people, it's funny because you'll see the people stay till like a little bit after the hour. And if I haven't done a giveaway yet, you'll see numbers start to drop off because they're waiting for the giveaway. So now we know we got the OGs, all the regulars in here, 196. All right, so let's do this. And let's share here. All right. So #bait. So this will be a custom painted Debo lure of your choice. So you tell me what you fish. I will paint up some customs for you, throw in a few extra lures. I'll take care of you. But that's the first one. Yes. Was that a 6-inch citizen? Yes. That's somebody said it before. It's like goblin color or something like that. I forget what they call it. Green pumpkin with like purple back. So yeah, 6-inch citizen. I'm going to try to catch a big girl tomorrow on that. We'll see how it goes. Jermaine in the house. What's up, Jermaine?
Jermaine, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Debo, what lipless? I was throwing the Booyah one knocker in, I forget the color. Let me look here. It's like I saw a bunch of bluegill and stuff over there. So I started throwing it, and it was just, man, it was just an insane 45-minute stretch of fishing. Let me see. Let's see. Booyah. Booyah one knocker.
One knocker.
And the color was yellow perch. I'll share it real quick here. So #bait if you want a custom Debo lure and some other lures I'll throw in for you depending on how you fish. I'll hook you up. We'll get you hooked up here. That's what I was throwing. So it says yellow perch, but that'll mimic a bluegill just as well. It's got like a really cool gold, like sparkle in the epoxy too. So it's got a little bit of a gold shimmer to it. But yeah, crushed them on that.
The sound off the one knockers are crazy. I love them.
Yep. Totally different sound to it. All right. So let me share this again. #bait. #bait if you want one. Dizzle, man, I don't know where Dizzle's at. I've messaged him. He's kind of gone off the grid again. He's out there with his lady friend, so who knows with old Dizzle. He's probably doing lumberjack stuff out there. Old Dizzle needs to get his butt back and back onto the lives. Let's see. Anyone fish the scooper frog by bottom up? I don't even know what that is. Awesome, Aussie.
Scooper frog.
Scooper frog by bottom up. Let's see what this is. Is it on Tack Warehouse? Bottom up? Never even heard of that. Scooper frog?
Battery saver. All right.
Nope.
Gotta get my. I gotta communicate with the fam. Try and have them get my. Oh, power cord. Oh, I already grabbed that. We don't want to run out of power. Power. We need that. How many people you have in?
212 watching.
How many? Listen, if you haven't gotten in for the hashtag bait, let's go.
Yeah, let's get 100 people. We got 91 in here. You don't want to cuss here. Maybe this will turn the tides. I've actually got one ready. I was gonna save this and fish it myself, but listen, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So I guess this only depends on if you like swim baits or not. Forget, somebody chose, I asked them what they wanted. They said they wanted a swim bait in a bluegill color. So this, I just did 2 of these, and it's epoxied to my helping hands because that's how I do it, is epoxy on the helping hands. There we go. But this, speaking of bluegill, how about that? So that's one that I did for a subscribed FEESHIN friend. Little wake or a little 1-piece or a 2-piece bluegill, doing a little bit of the, it's got a good sound to it. But these, I really like these. They turned out really neat, and you can't see it, but I got some cool new highlight paint, and it's got like such a cool purple shimmer in the back, gold shimmer on the front. So if you want one of those, hashtag bait. And I'm not giving you this one because I think I might use this one tomorrow, but I did kind of a see-through tequila sunrise morning dawn for clear water.
Oh yeah,
got to get that purple. But I really like these blanks. These blanks are pretty sweet. So
very cool.
That's some of what you could be getting. Some DEBO artistry work here.
That looks sharp.
Hashtag bait. Oh, we're past 100. Should we pull Cuda? Oh wait, no wonder I can't hear you. I've got the wrong headphone in. Only one of my earbuds on my headphones work. So say something. Can I hear you now?
Hello, check.
Okay. Yep, I got you now.
Hello.
All right, so here we go. I'm pulling. I am sharing, right? Yes, I'm sharing. Hide that. Must be present to win. Can't be some bot or something. I'm not sending it to some bot. Must be real person. Must be here. Must not be Joshua Simonson. Hey, somebody new. Chris Miller. Chris Miller, are you here? 1. Are you here?
You are the winner.
Chris, are you here?
Oh, Chris Miller. Chris, comment in chat. Let us know you're here, buddy.
Let's see. You better be here. David, definitely like the DEBO'S finesse jigs. Yes, that's probably my favorite jig.
Miller in the house. He's here.
He's here?
Yes.
There he is. Yes. Okay, Chris. So let me know what you would like. If you would like a bluegill type thing, if you would like some other swim bait, a multi-joint. Maybe you don't use swim baits. You want some crankbaits, jerk bait. You let me know. Email me at debosfishing@gmail.com. I'll need a screenshot of your YouTube so I know it's you, not some imposter trying to get free stuff from me. And then your address and what you like. I'll get you hooked up, buddy.
Debo, I'll throw a jig pack in for another giveaway if you want.
Oh, we can do that.
In the States, though. Canada, I love you, but you got to be in the States.
Sorry, our Canadian brethren and sister, and it costs $10,000 to ship anything to Canada. So I did a members only, and I was giving away a Daiwa Zillion, like a more expensive reel, as a big thanks. And the winner was in Canada, and I'm like, son of a. So I'm like, it's fine. Whoops, it's fine. I'm like, I'm still gonna send it. sent it, and I got one part of it wrong. So they sent it back and said it wasn't valid.
Oh no.
So I ended up having to do it again and pay for it. It ended up costing me like $90 to ship a reel to Canada. Such a freaking debacle. Part of it was my bad, but
I'm waiting to see what happens with some of the shipping stuff for different product supplies.
That's what we were talking about, was tariffs and price
was
increase.
talking about that when he was on.
Who?
Like Basto was talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Show like about, we have our second party individuals from the States where we get supplies from, right? But we also know contacts for the primary source as well. And so once they raise their prices, it's kind of like, well, I might as well just go to the primary source overseas now. So it's one of those things. We're going to see what happens. I mean, I do not sell on the same scale business wise that like Basto does. So like, it's not going to impact me as much, but it's interesting because Tackle Talk podcast did a discussion with the guys from where American Legacy, maybe
American Legacy. Yep.
So it's going to be interesting. I don't know how it's all going to unfold.
Yeah, I don't either. That's like the Inquisitive Prince is asking here, how will it affect orders from Japan? I'm not sure. I don't know if Japan has the same tariffs and stuff like the China stuff or not. So
right.
I don't know. I haven't been watching all the tariffs and numbers and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm along for the ride. There's nothing I can do to change it. So
we are along for the ride. That is true.
Jerome, let's see. We'll do another draw here in maybe 5-10 minutes. Let's answer a couple more questions. Then we'll do a Cuda giveaway pack of some sweet jigs and such, just like this one that I always show. I caught a couple fish and then lost like the other two that I had. But these things, and this is, you know what this is on the back, dude? A cut down, whoops, where's my camera? A cut down Guggen Rattling Ned. So when you hop it, it's got a little rattly in the rocks.
It's fair play. It's hard to beat that bait. I've used them, but I have not re-upped on packages. But when I did use them, they're great. They're a great little bait.
Yeah. Guggen gets a lot of hate. I think a lot of it's just jealousy, but some of their stuff's stupid. It's gimmicky. But this one,
right.
That was the first net I ever saw with a rattling. I caught a lot of fish on that. So yeah, I give them props too. Okay, Jerome, what's your favorite frog and your favorite breed to use? Brand, I guess. Favorite frog and my favorite brand to use. Right now, for sure, hands down, my favorite frog is the Berkeley Swamp Lord. That frog is stellar, super sharp hooks, really soft body to it. It's good. It's a little bit heavier. I think it's like a 3/4 ounce. Those frogs are stellar. So as far as favorite brand, I think that's really the only frog that they make. Does Berkeley make any others? Spro, like if you're looking for just a brand, Spro frogs, they make a bunch of good ones. There's kind of the gatekeeper of the frog world, I feel like.
I like
Booyahs. Booyahs are another good one. The Pad Crasher, if you want more of a budget-minded frog. All right, what else we got? What else we got for questions in here? Come on. Yeah, Ruben, I completely agree. Going to scare folks into buying stuff in fear. Yep. And that's kind of why I haven't really talked about it, because I feel like even with companies like already starting to mark up stuff, like right when they were talking about tariff stuff, there was already companies marking stuff up that's product sitting on the shelf that hasn't even absorbed any tariff cost.
Right.
And there you got jerks out there already ramping up cost. It's like, come on. So
there was maybe I shouldn't even have brought that up like that, right? But what I'll say is some of it I understand, but I saw as soon as tariffs were marked, I saw a secondary seller of materials in the States mark up their prices 145%. And
same thing. Already marking stuff up.
I said I'm not buying from them anymore. I just didn't like the way it all went down, So we'll save that because I feel like this is going to be a thing that comes up in the next month or two. And frankly, I think the whole thing's just negative in general, and it doesn't help us along. What I will say is this: as you prepare yourself, if there are going to be changes, start thinking about those things that are your primary things that you really like and enjoy, and even make lists, like these are the things I use more than anything else. So you can kind of prepare yourself for the things you're still going to buy no matter what happens.
Right.
And, you know, fishing is supposed to be joyful and not stressful.
Exactly.
And money stresses people out, you know, so
Yes.
be good to yourself, prioritize the things you love the most. And that may help you if anything does change in time here.
How's Stubby Dog? Stubby's doing excellent. He is a couch potato as oh Ruben. No, Stubby didn't die. Oh, I would be a wreck if Stubby
No,
Dog died.
Fudge
That was
Stripe.
Fudge Stripe. Yeah, old Fudge
No.
Stripe bit the bucket in the fiery disaster of DEBO'S aquarium basement. No. Stubby Dog is fine. He is he's a mooch. He is a couch potato. He is talk about helping somebody out of depression. That dog was meant to come into my life because as dumb and weird as it sounds, animals can have that effect on you. He's part of the family. So
absolutely.
The Nessies, I haven't thrown them. I've got a couple. Maybe I should tie one of those on for tomorrow. Have you thrown the Nessie at all?
I have not.
Wait, that's the two-piece one, right? Or is that the paddle tail? No, the Nessie I've thrown. Or wait, maybe not. Hold on.
It is
I've thrown the paddle tail. I haven't thrown the two-piece one. Or the single joint soft plastic.
I mean, it's not expensive. That's for sure.
No, Berkeley's one of those companies that people love to hate. Oh yeah, it is the Nessie.
Yeah.
No, I've not thrown the Nessie. So let me just swap sharing here real quick.
But if you look at the price on that, what an economical.
That's just the thing. Yeah, that's just it. Like people were all pissed because this was like a direct knockoff of some JDM bait that's like $50 and you can never get it. Whereas this is like what? $7 to $15.
That's wild.
It's
That's
affordable,
cheaper than most crankbaits, right?
So no, maybe I will tie one of those for tomorrow. The only thing is the place I'm going tomorrow has so much wood, I don't think I can. I wanted to throw like a regular glide bait and stuff, but it's just so woody. I'm going to be fighting it. That's why I rigged up that Mayor or the whatever that, not the Mayor, the West Coast Citizen thing, whatever the hell those are called, to try and find a big one. So, oh yeah, coal shad is the paddle tail. There you go. Yeah, yes, I've thrown the coal shad. I like it. I have not thrown the Nessie. Let's see what else. There was another fishing line. Yeah, I noticed. It seems like fishing line prices went up too. Yeah, what the hell is up with fishing line prices? Because like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Prices of everything.
It's weird watching some areas spike in terms of cost and then not others. Like it's not all happening at the same time.
Let's see. Let's do one more question. Then we'll do, actually, you know what? Let's just get Cuda's going. Let's do Cuda's giveaway here. And let's see. So we're going to go back. Not that far back. Oh, we already got 4 people that guessed it. Gosh, you guys are hawks on this stuff. The hell? 4 people already guessed. I mean, it wasn't a hard one. Hashtag Cuda. Hashtag Cuda to be entered into a gift pack of jigs from Cuda. Thank you very much for doing that, brother. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bud. And then you guys listen, whoever wins, you can pick through. You got 2 choices. You can either go through Debo, or if you want to message me separately, I'll make sure I coordinate with Debo. But you could pick, let's do a 5 jigs of whatever you want from the website. And I'll so you could pick whatever colorway out of the swim jigs, the smoke balls, or the finesse football. So whatever you want, I'll put that little custom pack together for you. I'll throw some stickers in there, whatever you want. I just appreciate getting jigs in people's hands. They're if I don't sell anything that I don't use myself. That's just kind of how it is, you know. Mostly finesse and compact stuff is kind of how I bill all my stuff, how I would categorize it. And if you ever have any questions about any of them, you know, I would answer those before we put your little order together.
Yeah, I'll just I'll have them email me. I'll have them send me a screenshot of their YouTube so I know it's them.
Okay,
and
perfect.
then I'll just forward you their info and you can hit them up. So I'll just vet it and make sure they're legit. Ray, good budget spinning rod, 7.2 medium power, fast action for around $80. What's at the 80 point? It's weird because I feel like I like a lot of the budget gear at like $50, and then it seems like I jump up to 100.
What are those? Wasn't there some Daiwa rods that were pretty good around?
Daiwa Airdex, yeah, they're like $55.
Yeah, and that I would say that, to be honest with you.
I agree. It's one of the best.
What is it called? Is it on
Airdex? Yeah, it's the Daiwa Airdex.
Yes.
Yep. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of at $80.
I almost don't even know up from there because I feel like everything goes up to 100 plus.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That's what I mean. So I would say look for $100 stuff on sale. So like the Tatula, the SLX rods. Trying to think what else at 100. Those are kind of the big ones, the main ones that I've been messing with.
And listen, I'll even tell people back in the day I used to love the Bass Pro Shop Extreme rods. But if you could grab one of the Bass Pro Shop, maybe Pro Qualifiers, I don't know what they have now. But if you have to grab something in that category, some of those rods, the technology's become better and better. And don't forget, even some of those branded Bass Pro Shop ones are all just made by somebody else anyway.
Yep.
So
yeah, good call, Shop Life. Whoever that was asking the questions, yeah, Dobbins. I said it earlier, but if you jumped in and didn't hear, Dobbins. So Dobbins price increases already went up. So each rod went up 10 to $20 of what they were before. But I just scored one on his Amazon. I got a Caden rod for basically half off. So $99 for a $180 rod. So check there. Yeah. So it sounds like the Mavericks, which used to be the $99 rod. Those are now 120, but might be some sales on those. There might be some Furies and stuff, but yeah, for whatever reason, Amazon had some crazy deals on the Dobbins stuff if you like those. So I've got gators. I actually had a Credge tied on today to use, and that damn lake was so full of grass, just the treble hook stuff didn't work. And unless I went out like way deep, but by that point I already cut it off. So
the Maverick is down to 60. Holy cow.
For sale for $60.
That's a good deal. Shop Life is just posted. Nice.
Let's see. Hashtag Cuda. Hashtag getting jiggy with it.
I love jigs. I'll throw a couple of packs of those prop kits in there so you can play around with them. Basically, you got to put them together yourself. People asked me if I would make them on a pre-managed leader, and I'm like, not interested because everyone has a different leader size and everything else. So this way, you'll get the parts just to put it together, and all you have to do is follow the pick from the page and play around with it however you want. So I'll throw some of those in there too.
Yeah, look for sales online. Like, so P-Line, which is, I hate saying it's my favorite line because it is, but it's expensive. The P-Line Tactical, hands down, my favorite fluorocarbon. But yeah, I was looking the other day, it's like $30. But right now, I don't know, it might not be anymore. But they had it for buy one, get one free. So basically they were half off, so for $15 a roll, that's a steal of the deal. Look for stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes like Corey said, you can find those 600-yard rolls and stuff where they'll do like, 40% off or something like that. So yeah, look ahead of time and try to find them. Yeah, I completely agree, Randy. The Airdex fish is like $100 rod. Yeah, I would, minus it being a little softer, but
I feel their ratings are a little bit performance-wise lower than what they call it as, but not much.
Agreed. Yeah. So like I have the 7-foot medium bait caster, and it's more of like a medium light. Like it's a soft medium. I got that Dobbins Caden too. Yes, Peter. Good grab. They had, it was interesting. Maybe they changed the deals for what day, but Chris had told me about that 734 crankbait. And I was like, I was mulling it over. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting one. Cadens are just so damn good. But I noticed they had like one of the spinning rods, the 712 or something for $100. But I looked the day I bought mine, it was back up to like 140 or something. So I don't know if they like juggle the deals or something. I don't know. I don't know how all that works or whatever, but I would say keep checking back maybe. Shop life is turning us into shoppers here too. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're over 100. Let's pull. I'll give you one last chance. Hashtag Cuda if you want to be entered for a Cuda jig pack, some stickers, some whirligig things, whatever the heck he calls them, twister deals on the front.
I changed the name to whirligig, kid. I like that. It sounds more fun.
Yeah. So you sound tougher when you say that.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. I put a whirligig on the front of it.
Nothing scares them off like telling them you got a whirligig.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We're at 103. Here we go. Draw for the winner. So you'll just email me, and I will vet you, make sure you're not some person trying to scam. Hey, Ralph! Let's go. Ralph, thank you for your service, brother. Look at that handsome man in that
Army
picture.
Outdoors. Congrats,
Mr.
buddy.
Ralph. Well, Ralph just do you know him?
Ralph, you're on the gram, but if you want, just message me on Instagram at JigSquad, and then take a look on the website and pick out the colors you want and the sizes you want, or if you have any questions, I can answer all that too, and get you all set up. So, all right, bud.
That was an easy one.
Perfect.
Ralph, hopefully Ralph will be stopping through my neck of the woods in like August, September when he's moving. So hopefully he'll spend the night here. We'll get to do a day fishing trip. Nice. We'll hang out. I'll send him on his way with a bunch of gear.
Nice.
Be pretty fun. What else you got planned for the summer? You got any fishing trips or anything planned coming up?
So I think I'll head up to Door County. I'll do some fishing up in Door County. I'll obviously be all over the Kankakee River. I actually probably should hit up Bass Dope Lures and go. I think he fishes the DuPage a little bit. So
yes, dude, we were just talking about that. We're like, if we can make one work, we should all three meet up.
I would do it with the kayak now. I mean, I've been fishing the Kankakee River for 30 plus years.
But he doesn't have one, so we'd be waiting and stuff for smallies. He said.
Okay, which is fine because that's my bread and butter. I almost prefer that. So besides that, I'm gonna head up to Door County to see my good buddy up there. I'll bring the boys up there, whoever of the three Murphy boys want to go. And then actually the family, we're going to head out to Vermont this summer, Stowe, Vermont. So we'll probably do some fishing for there. I'll bring the fly rod, play around with some trout and smallies. So besides that, I think it's just, I got one boy we're getting off to college. So it's going to be prepping.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, I want to get out with the boys and play around in the kayak world and just have some fun this summer. So I think it's going to be interesting. I would like to do some little trips. That would be fun to hook up and do some wading for small.
That's what I've been trying to do. I'm very much a homebody. I don't travel. I don't really do anything for fun. I fish, work, and hang out with my family. Like that's it. So it's like, I've been trying to get little places, take short little trips. Cause with my job, I can't take a week off. I have to take my girls to school and pick them up.
Yeah.
I can't be gone through the week. With the way my wife's hours are, it doesn't work. She's gone super early.
Which is okay. So. That's the life we chose. Yeah. We love our families, right? And and so, but I will say the kayaks are going to kind of open up some other opportunities. My boys, they like to fish, but they're not like crazy about it like I am, which is fine. They do other things, play the bagpipes, do jujitsu. My freshman in high school does jujitsu.
Awesome.
So, after doing Hapkido and Taekwondo for lots of years, now he's doing jujitsu.
Very different realm getting into jujitsu.
Yeah, right. They have different interests. They love different things. And so I do think the kayak thing will get them out just because of the kayak period. So it's a way for me to just spend more time with them and it'll be fun. The wifey says, I don't know about the kayak. She'll do it, but maybe we'll get Carolyn out on it too. So we'll see.
Dude, she can just kick back and read a book and float with you and not do anything.
And we have plenty of places around us that aren't like river based that we can get out on ponds.
Bagpipes and jujitsu, yes, some badass kids. I agree.
The same kid does bagpipes and jujitsu. I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring him online for a show one night, and I'm gonna have him play the bagpipes.
Dude, if he plays, I don't know what they learn first, but when they play
Scotland the Brave.
Oh,
What
dude,
is it called? I think.
yeah, I'll cry 100%. That or Amazing Grace, I'll cry
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Either one of
So
those.
you know what the thing is, Debo? I will say this: like, I kind of, for those of you that are out there that don't know this, like I after COVID, I kind of jumped into the YouTube world. And I was interviewing jig makers from around North America. But what I'll say is I kind of walked back from it a little bit because what happened was I wasn't making as many jigs and I wasn't fishing, right? So I said I want to take my life back a little bit, and I have, and now I'm kind of at the point where it's like I still like coming on and the friends I've met like Debo and stuff, and I'm going to try to find a little more balance with it. You need a break from everything in life.
That's exactly what it is. It's the
Right.
balance thing
So
with YouTube.
I'm excited to come back, whether it's just coming on people's shows and, I get lots of invites, but I've stayed away, and I'm going to come back and a little bit in some capacity, whether it's just as a guest or maybe a show on my own here and there.
Yeah.
But I miss everyone. For everyone that knows me out there, I miss you all. And yeah, I don't care if you buy jigs for me or not.
Thanks, Gabe.
I just miss everyone. So
yes, we missed you too. That's why I was happy that you hopped on. I've asked you a few times and you're always like, no, not so much. I'm like, dude, you're in here watching anyway. Hop on.
I know.
Not
And
like
it
there's
just kind of
any
worked out.
pressure on
My
my
mind,
show.
I had to get my mind right. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. I
So
completely get it. Speaking
it's a
of Gabe,
thing.
Gabe, give me a free time when you're free. I want you on again too. You're a wealth of knowledge. I was gonna say something too. Something popped in my head, and I saw Gabe, and I completely squirreled. And but we gotta get 10 horse on again. He's got a ton of
Great guy.
knowledge.
Great
What
guy.
was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I don't know. Off like a fart in a skillet. I don't remember what it was. So
we'll think sometime, buddy.
yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Any other questions before we get out of here? Questions, comments, closing statements, anything? Yes, Gabe. Okay, we'll set up Gabe for a guest. He is a ton of knowledge, good fisherman. He has a bunch of awesome guests. If you don't watch his show, I was just watching you and the dude from gosh, what was the one I was watching? I don't remember your buddy's name. But you had a guest on, I don't know, maybe a month ago that was a really good one. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get Gabe on sometime. I've got a couple companies, all the swimbait companies. I hit up multiple swimbait companies. Clutch, I'm sure they're busy. He's kind of a big time, like big deal now. He was the only one that actually responded back, was like, yes, I would do it. But
really,
both of them, both the times we've got together or said we were going to, it didn't work out. So maybe I'll try to get them on. I hit up a bunch of other swim baits. Oh, and of course, Caesar, Toxic Baits, who I already had on. He was like one of the first swim bait guys I ever talked to. Nice. He makes these sweet wade hogs. If you've not checked out any of these, I was going to tie this on for tomorrow, but like I said, it's so woody. Check out his stuff. He's a West Coast guy. Nice dude. But otherwise, yeah, all the others straight up, big time. He didn't even reply back. So, it is what it is. I'm not some famous guy. I'm just a nerd in his basement. So I don't blame him for not wanting to hop on, but I do want to mess more with the swim bait stuff. We'll have to see if we can get some more swim bait guys, but otherwise that's it. We'll be back next week. We'll see what's going on. Who knows if we'll have a guest or not? I don't know. Otherwise we'll play it by ear. So listen, love y'all. Cuda. If you haven't followed Cuda or you don't know Cuda, give him a follow on the grams. He's got the jigs. He's got the sauce. He's a good cat. Give him a follow. Cuda, thanks for hopping on. Otherwise, everybody else, love y'all. Thanks for watching, and until next time.